What's up, everybody? You're on the Take the Train Talk podcast this time. not the Walk and Talk podcast this time, man. I'm just using my phone audio rather than my headset audio this time, so I hope it comes through clear. I'm sure it will. There we go, we finally got some movement. I'm looking to get some movement, so at least there's something to watch. Maybe I should flip on this other side too, so we can go in the direction forward.
Burlington, our next stop is Burlington.
So that's cool. Kind of interesting how I could just switch my seat and observe what's coming at me, while a moment ago I was observing what was passing me. Pretty fascinating. It's like future thinking or past time thinking, reflecting on the past or anticipating the future. But all in all, my love is being present. Everything has its utility, but presence is where all the power of life is. Because if you are daring, bold, courageous enough in the present moment, I mean, fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the risk taker. Fortune favors the fearless. The person who pushes himself beyond the fears of where most people are kept. So, the present moment, your awareness, your consciousness, your conscious state, your free will, your deciding ability, your responding ability in the present moment is your superpower. And it is almost like, to a lot of us on the journey, when you're growing up, it is the, unknown, underrated, underestimated superpower. Because obviously, it to conceptually understand and to comprehend at depth and at scale and why takes some experience and takes some luck and understanding. If you have like a great parent or mentors around you that you grew up with, and they were able to teach you at a young age, and sometimes not. You gotta learn the hard way, But that is where all the control of your life is. It's what you're doing in the now. So for me, for example, I am choosing to use my present moment to push myself to be fearless in my truth, chilling on the train, disregarding, not responsible for if someone were to get triggered or annoyed or upset or whatever from me being me, doing my thing, communicating, and also choosing to radically accept myself, my self-expression, radically accept and not try to control whatever it is that flows from me. Because a lot of the time we can just try to be so, what's the word? Like manipulative and in our heads. You know, like playing like so much of a chess game when it comes to communication, when it comes to interacting, when it comes to expressing yourself. You know, we try to artfully say things in a certain way in order to create a certain effect. And so much of this, it's so draining. It's so much of an energetic game,
Close the door.
for one. And
Please stand
you know,
clear. Doors
perhaps
now closed.
on the journey of life, you know, depending on what level you're at with how much fear you deal with and how calm your nerves are and how healthy you are. These things can all affect your ability to be radically expressive and authentic to your highest potential. You know, being here on this earth, one of the singular greatest achievements that you can have
Applebee, our
is
next stop is Applebee.
being your highest, greatest, loudest, largest expression in whatever that is. Like, if you just look at the world, look at the people in the world who are achieving such tremendous things, like all of these superstar athletes, dancers, singers, world leaders, artists. They are very much in, I would say, states of being where they have either overcome or, you know, were fortunate enough to just really not have many fears and are essentially in super alignment with expressing their energy, with not having many blockers, without being conditioned, you know, to think, without being conditioned to have limitations, or as many limitations as quite a majority of the rest of us have. Because, you know, that's what makes them exceptional. And that's what makes them so idolizing for the common person. It looks very appealing, a lot of the lifestyle that they live. You know, these are role models in society. They are the physical benchmark of what is possible for a human being and for a human potential. All the people we see in the world, every single person, is a example of what is possible. Like, you have a YouTuber who, like Mr. Beast, for example, he, in 10 years' time, went from zero to billionaire in about 10 years. And some of us, you know, the common folk, and, you know, when I say that, don't think you're anything less. Everyone is exactly where they're supposed to be. And just because you could have $0 and you're still worth, you know, you're still worthy. You're not doomed, and you're not flawed, and you're not less worthy of of time. Like if you're patient and you have faith and you have belief in yourself and you don't give up, no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, man, no matter how hard it gets, if you do not give up, there's some kind of magic that happens to where all of the paradox, all of the
Applebee already.
the whole
Now arriving at Applebee.
all the doubts, all the fears, all the negativity, all the reasons why it could seem like you wouldn't be able to break through, it all vanishes and it all becomes clear. But you see some people along that path, they do give up because they do not want to suffer anymore for their dream. They're tired. It hurts. It's too painful. It's too scary. It's too much sacrifice. Like, for me, I pretty much had to sacrifice most grace and love and care and
Stand clear, doors are now closed.
joy for myself, because I spent so much time in my teens and 20s basically never feeling like enough, and not like feeling the whole time essentially that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Shit, sorry, I didn't know that was out of focus there. And because I had these big dreams, you know, I had this big belief in myself that I just couldn't sell. I just couldn't sell it. No matter how hard I was tested, I couldn't sell it. Because just taking a wide look out in the world of what's possible, you know, like guys like Tony Robbins, for example, who spends his entire career feeding millions and millions and millions of people because it's meaningful to him, and you know, dedicating his entire life to self-help and helping people ascend and grow and get through and get over and, you know, transcend their suffering. I mean, that guy is a person who exists out in the world to me and shows me what is possible for what you can achieve, you know, and for me that's meaningful. So that is what I chose to kind of believe in myself. Like, I believe, you know, this is possible for me. This is something that I could do. It's possible for me to be a person who can help raise people and bring them out of their suffering and create shortcuts for them and help others unlock their greatest potential and clear obstacles for others. You know, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing in life. So that's where everything started, was the belief, right? But then life kicks in. And what I mean by that, by life kicking in, is, well, then you have to figure out and be patient and endure all the hell that comes with all the letting go and surrender and ego death and facing deep fears and learning truths that shake your whole world up, because like that's just what it takes to change. You know, it starts with the big belief, and then what comes to follow when you don't sell that, well, you got to face a a whole whack. If you do it on your own, like me, unfortunately, I was very skeptical of trusting people in life, and I was determined to figure things out on my own because so many people failed me. So many people didn't reciprocate my belief in myself, and so I couldn't follow them. I couldn't be close with many people because of that. And that was literally, I guess you could say, like one of the largest parts of my suffering. Because for me, as a young man, as a young boy in my teens, first going through this, that whole notion of, well, I can't really be close to anybody because of these beliefs that I'm locking in on. I mean, it basically forced me to separate myself from all of my friends and much of my family, and that hurt, man. It felt like I was being pulled in a direction and couldn't do anything to, well, not that I couldn't do anything to stop it, but that I was when I was going through it, it seemed like I was going in a bad direction. It seemed like I was going in a detrimental direction. And so what did I naturally think of myself? I thought that, yeah, man, I must be flawed. I must be doomed. I must be inadequate. I must have something inherently and troublingly wrong with me. And that's why all of this is happening. No one was there to tell me, hey kid, no matter what happens, trust the process, you know? No one was there to tell me, hey kid, if you believe in yourself long enough, large enough, and you can endure all the hell and fear and face all of it that comes with it, that you will eventually achieve it. You know, no one was there to tell me that. And that's okay, man. You know, that's part of life. I'm very grateful for my path. I'm very grateful for everything that's happened. I'm grateful that I never sold out on my beliefs in myself. I'm grateful that I'm grateful and lucky that I survived, to be honest with you, because there were moments where in the last year, I considered potentially ending my life a little bit. Not too harsh in that aspect, but I really got tested, you know. And so I now feel like, you know, this is why I'm here doing all of this now, and why I'm sharing all of this now, is because I have the chance now to prevent others from, because some people do make that decision, you know, that is the grim reality. Some people do make that decision to say, man, I'm suffering too much, I should just take control of this and call life quits. And the one thing I'm grateful for all my suffering I've been through is that I'm in the best position to help prevent people from ever going off of that deep end, man. And that is very meaningful and very special to me. And so that's just, yeah, I guess, and now I'm just kind of being patient to see in what way I can provide a service for that, you know, to embody that and to show up and to actually pull that off. And, you know, the trick is just being patient. And that's it, my 20-minute walk and talk.